morning, listeners, viewers from Nigeria, across Africa, the United States, and around the world. This is Smart Mado Ajaja, the convener of Open Nigeria and Africa Unite, and the anchor of Nigeria Now at ONN, and the Nightingale Radio International from Houston, Texas, United States of America. Great morning here, sunny, really impressive. What is it where you are? I hope you're having a great weather out there too. And I hope those who are waking up and getting ready to start a new day, I hope you slept well and are ready to take on the challenges of the new day. Yes. Right. Nigeria. I thought I was going to do something about the United States today, but matters are rising from Nigeria. Every day is something in Nigeria. Every minute is something. Yeah, I wish everything we hear from Nigeria is things that warms the heart. No, but pains, really very negative things coming out of that country. Yes, this morning's stream is about the first son of the rogue president of Nigeria. I'm talking about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, his son, Sheyi Tinubu. Yes, this young man is not a cabinet minister. He's only the son of a rogue, a drug dealer, a certificate forger, an identity thief who operated and destroyed lives here in the United States. Now, being presented everywhere in Nigeria as a president of Nigeria, like the heir apparent. So what we are running in Nigeria looks like a monarchy in Nigeria. So shameful. Now the rogue terrorist vice president, it looks like they are put him finally in the cooler. So I hear they are rumbling out there, and there's war in their zone right now. They presented him as a representative of Boko Haram. Boko Haram has a seat in the rogue government of Nigeria. So, Kashin Shetima, where are you? It looks like they put him in the cooler right now. So, it's Tinubu and his family, wife, vice president, son, Sheyi Tinubu, another vice president. They are doing things, traveling around Nigeria, meeting Nigerians, really seriously. A young man with no defined source of livelihood all of a sudden has become a rock star in Nigeria. He travels in Nigeria's presidential jet. Soldiers, he mounts the Mount Guard of Honor for him. He inspect Guard of Honor. Yes, Nigerian military under the leadership of General Christopher Musa and Lukayode. It's not shameful. Yeah, Nigeria has officially become a banana republic. And this young man has become so brutish. Yes, for his reason. For somebody challenged him, or somebody raised a voice. A young Nigerian nurse, she was arrested, brutalized, yes, and thrown into jail for an upward of about 4 months before she was released. Yes, a woman. Yeah, they arrested her in Lagos, and many more. So this young man has become a terror. Yes, terrorizing Nigeria right now, riding in presidential jets, visiting people. The intellectuals of Nigeria are watching. Nobody there raises a finger. Nobody there opens his or her mouth. Yes, sometime about 5 months ago, I was in a meeting with some Nigerians here in the United States, and they were trying to brainstorm about how to bring Nigerians from around the world, intellectual Nigerians, for us to look for a way forward for our country. And right inside that meeting, one woman made a mention that we need to get Sheyi Tinubu involved in our discussion. I said, excuse me, are you serious? I was dead cold. And that was a turn off for me. I froze up to hear from a woman, from a Nigerian, looking at what is taking place, the travesty of justice in Nigeria, the abuse of the judiciary in Nigeria, the destruction of our country's armed forces, yes, the compromise of all of our strategic institutions because of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then I am an activist. I'm a revolutionary. I am anti-government, very anti this evil government. I've been anti-government for a very long time. But the venom I have right now, I've never exhibited it for any government prior to this time, for real. Yes, because I know that Nigeria has been run by a series of evil men that form government to destroy our people. Yes, to hear the mention of Bola Sheyi Tinubu, that we should invite him to be part of our strategic think tank on the way forward for Nigeria, made me sick, so sick. And I lost interest. I really lost interest in being part of that discussion. So I just dropped out. I couldn't continue. I couldn't take it anymore. Yeah, it makes me wonder why we have, in a country of over 250 million people, that what is happening in Nigeria is happening before our very eyes. Yes, what happens in little countries, yes, are happening. What the Republic of Benin will not take, yes, from their president, is happening in Nigeria. So they are running amok. They have unleashed themselves. Why am I making this broadcast? Yesterday I saw something. Somebody sent me a material about they complain about people in the north of Nigeria. Those who brought his father to power. Yes. Those who cannot think for themselves. Because Saad told them to vote for Tinubu because he's a Muslim. Yes. And they foolishly line behind him. Saad is like God in the north of Nigeria. Yeah, I'm talking about 10, 12 Fulani-controlled north of Nigeria. Yes, Saad. Yes. Told them. And he blackmailed Nigerians. After the rogue election that brought Tinubu to power, yeah, that they all funded and they were all part of the machinery that destroyed our institution, compromised the armed forces, and made them ready for him to seize power. That was what it was. Yes, they positioned their man at the INEC. Everywhere they destroyed the judiciary to bring into power. And now some people are complaining that his son came to give them prepared food, rice and all that. And then he's giving hospitals to his people in the southwest of Nigeria. Now, we warned the whole of Nigeria before this disaster started. We warned Nigeria. Not just 1 year, not 2 months to the election. I started warning Nigerians 3 years ahead of what is befalling them. Yes. I warned them. We warned them. Nobody listened. They chose the path of following a terrorist organization, APC, operating as a political party in Nigeria. We told them APC is a terrorist organization. Nigerians did not listen. They did not listen. These ones that call themselves northern leaders, criminals, rogues, with nothing to offer but poverty to the people in the north of Nigeria and Nigeria in general. 10 of those who have led Nigeria came from there. The massive poverty in Nigeria that sets Nigeria back is from the north, in the north of Nigeria. And yet, these people won't stop. The people there will not dissociate themselves from these criminals who have generationally destroyed them and destroyed Nigeria. They use religion to hoodwink them. Now movement. That is where we are. An election came. Nigeria had a historic opportunity to change course. These same people who call themselves northern leaders, led by a corrupt sultan, Fulani Sultan in Sokoto, is not of Sokoto. He told us that nobody will stop the inauguration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Where is Saad today? Where is he? Now his new thing is creating further confusion. He wants to impose the Sharia in the southwest of Nigeria because he had this erroneous impression that he is the Sultan of Nigeria. But I start to tell him that no, you are not. And we are going to resist any further effort you will make to impose what is not our way of life anywhere in Nigeria. A leader should be one who brings people together. A leader is one who has a vision and bring the vision to work positively for the people. A leader is not one who will come and divide the people. Saad lacks leadership. And it's going to be the last Sultan in Sokoto because we cannot continue to have this institution that work against the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Nigeria. He doesn't know. 220 years of subjugating the Hausa people and turning them into animals and slaves in their land is about to be over. I'm not sure he understands that. But we are going back to Tinubu, Sheyi Tinubu. Sheyi Tinubu has now become a little god in Nigeria that the people of Nigeria worship. He goes with audacity. I begin to wonder, where are Nigerians? They cannot hold him down. They cannot mob him and hold him down. Who is he? Did they elect him president of Nigeria? Is he a cabinet minister in Nigeria that he has so much guts to go and be insulting Nigerians with rice? Yes, and food, as if that is the problem that they have. His father is already illegal. Nigerians are dealing with that, his illegality. And then he goes everywhere. Yes, followed and protected by our Nigerian military, like the kind of military we now have in Uganda, with Museveni and his children in charge of everything. So is it a monarchy we have now in Nigeria? After Bola Tinubu, his son will take over. Wow. Wow. Hey. Hello, man. How are you? A savage. Oh, thank you very much for joining. Yes. So we have a son of a rogue now, raging through Nigeria as if he's the president of Nigeria, as if he's a minister in his cabinet. Now, what is his duty? That is what Nigerians are not asking. Instead of them holding him down, they are telling him about 2027. Who wants 2027? Who wants 2027? 2027 is too far to stop the death of Nigeria. We want change now. And we want those people, please, if you are in the north, stop calling yourself a northerner. Whenever you call yourself a northerner, you take yourself away from the citizenship of Nigeria. And if you think that you in the north, based on the manipulation of your corrupt leadership that call themselves northern elders, northern leaders, northern religious leaders, northern traditional rulers, yes, let me tell you something. Dissociate yourself from them. All of those people are criminals. They are rogues. They are the ones who ganged up. They were the ones who ganged up and brought Bola Ahmed Tinubu upon you and upon Nigeria. They were the ones who lied to you to vote because he was a Muslim. A good Muslim does right. A good Muslim does not support injustice. A good Muslim does not support the drug dealers being his leader, the leader of his country. A good Muslim does not support a certificate forger. Yes, he's a liar. So any person who forges certificate can never be a good leader because he will continue to forge. Since Tinubu came, has he not been forging? It's been one lie after the other. Yes, because he's not a good Muslim. He's a hypocrite like Saad is. He's a bigot like Saad is. He has nothing to offer like Saad has never offered anything to the people in Nigeria, especially in the north of Nigeria. Under his watch, over 30 million poor and defenseless children are on the streets begging every day from morning to night, daily, monthly. Yes, some go for days without food. Some go for days without taking shower. For many of them have no place to lay their heads. They are at the mercy of the dangerous weather in the north and everywhere in Nigeria. A man, a true Muslim who cares, will not expose his brethren to that type of hardship. He is not a Muslim. He's a bigot. He's a racist. Yes. And they are the ones behind Boko Haram. They are the ones behind the banditry that is troubling Nigeria. Nobody should ever take them seriously. So that is why we are sending this message, direct message, not friendly as usual. We are not scared of anybody. You are Nigerians in the north. Come out as Nigerians. Don't come in the name of the north. Come out. Let us, all of us, join hands together to uproot Tinubu and everything that he represents and all those who follow him. Yes, that is what we should be doing. Don't make it a regional affair. Now, in that report, they said they are waiting for him. We don't want your food. We wait for you until 2027. We are not waiting for 2027. Let us do it now. And let us do it as Nigerians. Let's not do it as Northerners. North is not a good thing. In a country that is supposed to be one, we should not be talking about North. We should be talking about Nigeria, Nigeria, Nigeria. You talk about the North, you make yourself a lesser Nigerian. You make yourself like you are a visitor to Nigeria. Yes. And that is what they have programmed you to think in order for them to continue to hold you in captivity. Yes, that is what Saad and those who call themselves Northern elders, Northern leaders, Northern ulamas, Northern nonsense. What have they brought for you? Poverty, ignorance, illiteracy, nothing. They make you smaller Nigerians than you should be. You are Nigerians. We are your brothers and sisters. They tell you to hate us. They tell you to call us kafiri. Yes. Why? Because they want to keep you in captivity. Divorce yourself from them and see if things will not change for you. Divorce yourself. Stop listening to them. Develop. God gave you a mind of your own. And no sultan, no emir, no corrupt politician, no fake religious leaders should be thinking for you. God gave you dominion. God gave you what they call basic human rights. That right guarantees you right to your freedom, right to choice. Yes, right to your life, right to freedom of expression like I'm speaking now. When you see evil around you, speak it. It doesn't matter who is involved. But they hold you down. They tell you that your religion does not make you, give you the opportunity to hold people from your religion who are destroying humanity. You keep quiet. They are destroying Nigeria and they are bringing shame to you and they are making you hurt and you keep quiet. You right to worship God the way you should worship him from your clean heart, not because of what Saad or any emir or any imam or any pastor tells you. Worship him. See, if you have a heart, listen to it. That is where God is. Anytime you want to do anything bad, your heart speaks to you. If you can listen. See, there's a connection between the ear and the heart. That heart listen to you. This thing you want to do is bad. You see, that heart, he speaks so gently to you. And you know when you're about to do something wrong. Listen to it. That's where the Quran is. That's where the Bible is. Your heart. You don't really have to be in the mosque every day. You don't have to be in the church every day. If you have conscience, there's a moral code, and that is what expresses itself as conscience. But they tell you nonsense. A religious leaders who cannot, a leader who does not brush his teeth will lie to you, and you say Allahu Akbar. You say in Jesus' name. You say lie. They are lying. They exploit you. They steal money from you. They make you poorer. They make you mentally and physically poor. They don't have anything to give to you. If you are a true child of God, God gave us the ear to listen to our hearts. Listen to your heart, and you'll be set free. So Saad has nothing to give to you. So when Sheyi Tinubu comes to your place again, you have a right to drive him away. You don't have to be nice to him because he's not nice to Nigerians. A lot of young people are in prison because of him. Nobody talks bad about him. Yes. So what is the difference between where we are in Nigeria and what they said that Idi Amin did in Uganda? Yes. And what Yoweri Museveni is doing right there now? What is the difference? Nigeria is supposed to be an example to Africa. But Nigeria is a disaster. And a reason Africa is not moving forward. That Africa is where it is because of the disaster in Nigeria. And only us, me, you, and all of us must unite together. We can't stop you from practicing your religion. Practice it moderately. Listen to your heart and do right. And don't listen to idiots who mislead you for their own benefit. They lie in the name of Nigeria. They use the name of the North to dupe Nigeria, put the money in their pocket, and make you poorer. The only time they remember you is when they want to create violence. They will tell you that some defend the religion. If your religion is a religion of God, God is the most powerful man in heaven and earth. He can fight for himself. He can defend himself. He doesn't need you to defend him. He doesn't need you to fight for him. God can fight his own battle. Leave God alone. God is not a politician. Politics is a medium for service to humanity. Put people who can serve you in power and not idiots who run on the platform of religion. They will never take you anywhere. They will make you poorer and poorer and poorer. So what am I talking about? When you see Sheyi Tinubu, you have right to mob him because he represents evil. Listen, that's what I'm saying. Don't be afraid of him. Do not be afraid of him. One, he's on an illegal mission. He is not. He's not the president of Nigeria. He does not hold any political position. He is an offender. He comes to insult you. You can do anything you want to him. Did you hear what I said, Nigerians? When you see him, don't complain and be writing on social media. When you see, I want to say, Tinubu, this is a message to you. You are treading on a very dangerous trajectory. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. I wish and I hope people send this message to him. What you are doing, Sheyi Tinubu, your father is most unpopular. You are putting your life on the line. Nigerians are angry. I understand how repressed and hungry that they are. Very soon, they will abandon the food and come for the oppressors. That is my prayer, and that is the essence of my message. The Nigerian people must wake up. There's no rule of law in Nigeria, and nobody should be asking you, demanding you to respect the rule of law. Where is the rule of law that you must obey? His father came to power violating the rule of law. He destroyed the armed forces. He destroyed the INEC. He destroyed the judiciary. He's destroying the people and he came to power. He has no right to expect you to respect the rule of law. So, Mr. Sheyi Tinubu, don't overstep your boundaries. Yes, don't overstep your boundaries. Don't don't take your luck too far. Please sit your ass down somewhere. And it doesn't look like you have a job. If you had a job, you won't be seen anywhere running around. Obasanjo had children. I didn't see any of his children who became vice president, who became ministers in his cabinet, as bad as he was. He respected that boundary, that he wasn't a monarchy. All right? So please stop pushing your luck, Mr. Sheyi Tinubu. Yes, you may not be so lucky every day. Where you went, yes. The people who have been misleading the people in the north were our allies of your father. He gave them so much money to mislead their people, the people in the north, like they have always misled them. The people are realigning their brains and thoughts now. People are beginning to ask so many questions about why their situation has not improved. 64 years after independence. Yes. Yes. Yeah, sure. Are you talking to me? Yes. Yes. This is where we are. This is where we are. So it shouldn't get so bad that after a man shoved his fingers in our eyes, now he's bringing his children to do worse to us, to tell us that we are really stupid. That is what Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing. Sheyi is treading on a very dangerous soil. So they think, oh, Nigerians are really under anesthesia. That is the truth. The anesthesia that made them lose their critical thinking capabilities. The anesthesia that makes it impossible for them to see insult and stand up for themselves. The anesthesia and hypnosis that have made them so numb to when somebody is screwing them from everywhere. Okay, Mashag, what did you want to say? If I had known, I could have created a situation where I could bring you here. At the time I was creating this, I did not make a provision for public involvement. Otherwise, I will bring you on the mic so we can talk. Yes, but the next time I'm going to make do a public, leave it an open mic. So those who want to say something can come on and then do their thing. Yes. Okay, but I'm waiting for you. If you want to say something, go ahead. And then let us talk about it. Yes, there's a concern you raised here. Okay, you are discussing with Mortman. Don't ignore that idiot. Yeah, he wants to be a distraction. Yes. Again, maybe that's what he was paid to do. We don't care about those. Yes. Yeah, Mr. Mashiach was asking a question about the United States funding Boko Haram. Scott Perry admitted it. So why would you exonerate the U.S., who right now U.S. aid are funding terrorism? All right, that's a question from you. Yes, the one of the senators in the United States made that a very weighty allegation, and we were waiting for Nigeria to respond to it. Up to now, they didn't say anything because those are members of Boko Haram and the Fulani bandit terrorist group. So you are not going to hear anything from them. So we are hoping that Donald Trump will change their tactics on Nigeria. And I looked at the list of countries with visa restrictions U.S. visa restriction. I did not see Nigeria on it. What I wanted to see, and I would love to see, and I'm going to push for, is that no Nigerian politician and religious leader should be allowed to come into the United States. Yes, because they are responsible for what has happened to Nigeria. They have no right to be in any country where there is peace and in any country that is organized. They should be allowed and restricted to be in that hell that they created until the people of Nigeria jump on them. And that is what we hope will happen in no distant time. And this is the reason why we are warning Sheyi Tinubu to stop pushing his luck. He's pushing it too hard. He thinks that Nigerians are incapable because I don't know whoever does what they do for them has given them that assurance that Nigerians will remain docile for all their life. But I tell him that there are some people who will not be held down just the way the rest of Nigeria has been held down. So he's pushing his luck too far, really too far. By going to part of Nigeria, he went to the north sometime last week and was distributing rice. They rejected the rice. They rejected the rice not as Nigerians. That is why I'm angry with them. They rejected the rice as Northerners. You are Nigerians. Come into the mainstream of Nigeria. Whatever must happen to Tinubu must be a concerted work of the whole of Nigeria, not by one region. If you want to do it by your region, you will not work. Me, I will not support that. I want all right-thinking Nigerians from the east, west, north, and south to come together so we will have the type of effect we want. If it is to uproot Tinubu and his family and all those who aid and abet them and deport them from Nigeria, yes, let it be a concerted Nigerian action, not an action of the North. The reason why I'm saying is that the people who brought him to power are in the north of Nigeria. They call themselves Northern leaders. They have been evil. They never have been good. They are the founders of Boko Haram. They are behind the Fulani banditry. They are no good. They are the robbers, the greatest thieves from Nigeria, come from that particular group in Nigeria. And they are elitist Fulanis with ties to Usman Dan Fodio. They are the greatest thieves. I named them: Saad, El-Rufai, Muhammadu Buhari, what is his name? Abubakar Lamali, yes, the one that was Attorney General. Yes. Malami. Yes. Pantami. Isa Pantami. Yes. Hadi Srika. Sanusi Lamido. Yes, all of them. They don't want the good of Nigeria. They are the ones who come to defend Islam in a secular state, but they don't defend Nigeria. They are the ones who want to put Sharia to Islamize the whole of Nigeria. They don't care that other people, that Nigeria is a diverse country. And the sad thing is these guys are from a minute minority in Nigeria. They have taken over our armed forces. The command and control infrastructure of our armed forces are in their hands. They are liars. And this is the reason why the ordinary Nigerians from the east, west, north, and south must stand up. We must divorce ourselves from them. They don't talk about one Nigeria. They only talk about one Nigeria when it's going to benefit them. They own oil fields in my Niger Delta, but we will take all our oil blocks. Nigeria discovered gold in Zamfara. They created a terrorist organization that will make it impossible for Nigeria to organize a company around that gold, like it is in other countries. But they have a company called NMPC that administer the oil, yes, discovered in my place since 1952. The Niger Delta has been feeding the economy of Nigeria. They They come there to own oil blocks. Me, I cannot own an oil block in my own Niger Delta. And you tell me about one Nigeria. How will that happen? It's not. So it is time for us to turn Nigeria upside down first and drive all the evil men. Yes, Nigeria will benefit from a revolution and not an election. Any person planning for an election is an enemy of Nigeria. All right. Okay, yeah, Mr. Savage, I see you. You said in the very same way Oyibo people delegates should not be in Nigeria because USA funded Boko Haram. It's the same thing, and they are still funding them. The weapons come from the United States. Yes, I heard you. In the past, we warned the US to stop selling ammunition to Nigeria because everything they sell to Nigeria under the Nigerian sovereignty ends up in the hands of those who drive Boko Haram and other terrorist organizations. And I don't think, I want to believe that Donald Trump will not sell ammunition to Nigeria. We are working hard to get to him and to tell him the true state of things in Nigeria, contrary to whatever he may have been told. But on Nigeria, I want to believe that Donald Trump will not make the same thing, the same mistake of the past. I don't think he's that interested in Nigeria to the extent of wanting to put ammunition into the hands of those who will use it and then fund and breed those who will come and attack the United States, like Abdul Muttalib did sometime in 2011 or something like that. Yeah, that young man, yeah, from the north of Nigeria, who was armed. They gave him bombs to come and destroy an airliner that was coming to the United States. Yeah, until he was arrested. He's now cooling his heels somewhere, maybe perhaps in Guantanamo Bay. So I don't think Donald Trump want to put himself in that mess that will endanger the United States. Yes, there are a lot of terrorists who are willing to come from Nigeria to bomb the United States. From that north of Nigeria, driven by the so-called corrupt and morally bankrupt northern elders, northern leaders, northern religious leaders. They hate America. Yes, I'm telling you. So if you're an American, you got to send this message to Donald Trump. We are making a way to get to talk to him officially on the state of Nigeria. And we are not going to relent until we get him to make a policy, and issue a policy statement on how the United States will be engaging Nigeria. Yes, and when it comes to terrorism, I think Donald Trump had in the past demonstrated the real zeal and courage to fight terrorism. But let's see what his second coming is going to do. I'm going to be talking about Donald Trump in another few days, holistically about his leadership of the United States and what is happening between the United States and the rest of the world under his leadership. So that's going to be a topic of another day. I hope you will join us, to really talk about it and weigh into it. But today we are talking about the son of a rogue who sold drugs here, a rogue who killed so many Americans and destroyed so many American families. He destroyed Gary, Indiana. Gary, Indiana is a desolate ghost town. If you go there, you will get sorry. Gary, Indiana is a black community. In Indiana, I've been there a couple of times. I felt so sad going there. And knowing too that Tinubu sold drugs in that area. Yeah, he made a lot of money selling drugs, killing fellow black people. Yeah, fellow Americans, killing Americans in general. Those who bought drugs, you know what drugs does to families. Yeah, when you have a family where a drug user is one of you, it's a pain. It's a pain. It destroys, and it destroys generation. Drugs creates generational poverty. That was what Bola Ahmed Tinubu did. And that is why I'm angry with the United States. That is why I get mad with the United States. They support evil. Yeah, they support evil. Their leaders support evil because of in pursuit of America's strategic interest. They don't care. When that strategic interest comes, They love to put rogues in power in African countries and in other countries. Yes, America, 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 great country. Your conscience, you need to start doing something right. I hope Donald Trump will be different from those before him. I hope he will be different in that area. He carries the Bible. He talks about the Almighty God. He talks about Jesus Christ. We want to see him put it into action, especially in Africa and on issues concerning Africa. Yes, we want to see a Donald Trump that he's a man of God, that will truly act based on his conscience to do right, and not one who will send American companies to exploit Africa, especially Nigeria. Looking at what is happening in Congo right now. America, America, it is time for you to use your conscience. A drug dealer was propped up by America under Joe Biden to become president of Nigeria. Yes, look at where we are. Look at where we are. If Nigeria hurts, America will hurt. It's a lot of Americans in Nigeria. Yes. If a terrorist takes off from Nigeria to come and bomb installations in America, to destroy an American airliner, it is a huge sad loss to America. And that was why I was so happy when they arrested Abdul Muttalab. Yes. There are many Abdul Muttalab. Donald Trump, President Donald Trump, if you truly want to fight terrorism, you need to get some of us involved. We will give you all the information that you need. Yes, to end terrorism around the world. The terrorism that come and haunt America. Yes. Nigeria is a breeding ground. A big breeding ground. That is why I called earlier in your presidency, and I'm going to continue to reiterate until we officially meet you to talk to you about Nigeria and terrorism and those who fuel terrorism in Nigeria. They are those in the north of Nigeria, those who fuel terrorism. Yeah, if you truly want to fight them, we will give you all their names. Yes, I know the American intelligence services can deal with that. I know how many rescue missions America has gone to Nigeria to carry out when Americans were kidnapped. In Sokoto, yes, America came and freed those people from the captivity of terrorists, holding them Sokoto, where Saad Abubakar is. Yes, sitting as the Fulani emir. I'm sure, I know you know him. I know the CIA knows Saad. I know the CIA knows Nasiru El-Rufai. I know that the CIA knows Sanusi Lamido. I know that the CIA knows Bala Mohammed. I know that the CIA knows Kashim Shettima. We know them. You want us to call some more? Yes. So how do America engage these people? Is what we are going to be looking at. They are the troubles in Africa, in West Africa. You know them. You have the intelligence report. I don't need to tell you how much information you have on Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Yes, that was why Biden resisted us from having access to his FBI records. We demanded it. The court asked for it, but Biden blocked us from having access to it. Yeah, we will not stop until we get it. It will be made public. A lot of Nigerian activists who know something are in hiding in different countries. The greatest people who ought to be leading Nigeria are either outside the country or are frustrated and dying in Nigeria. Yes. I want to see an America who want it to be a positive strategic partner with Nigeria for progress. So all of us will benefit. And all this nonsense that we have will stop. Nigeria, as it stands right now, is under siege. All our forests have been infected with mercenaries, jihadists, who are waiting for one final order for them to overrun Nigeria. This is how bad the story of Nigeria is. Nigerians, it is only you who will start something. And then the help that may come from outside will be dependent on what you inside Nigeria is doing. That is why we have been telling you. If it is the Nigeria that I used to know, if it is the Nigeria that I grew up in, we won't be seeing Sheyi Tinubu after his father insulted us. He has the freedom to be moving around the way he's moving. He's telling us, fuck you. Ain't nothing you can do to us. That is what he's telling us. So Nigerians, you be ready to fuck back. Yes. Sheyi, I tell you, stop. You are pushing your luck too far. Nigerians are pissed off. Your father's hypnosis is wearing out. It's wearing out. It's wearing out. It's running out. You know, you can humiliate some poor people in Nigeria. Like you humiliated that young lady, that nurse. You threw him in jail because she asked a question. You had your way. All right? And you are being celebrated. Traditional rulers worship you now for the money you go to share to them. Church leaders, religious leaders worship you now because of the money you share to them to preach wrong sermons to the people, to continue to repress the people. But how long will you hold our people? How long is Tinubu going to hold Nigerians hostage? How long will these terrorist bandits holding Nigeria hostage continue to hold us hostage? I don't know how long. I don't know why we should be waiting for another election that will lead us nowhere. If what happened in 2023 is anything to go by, with Bola Ahmed Tinubu on the periphery, and now he has the lever of power and all the money in Nigeria to buy his way. I don't know how realistic another election that will produce an outcome contrary to what we have today. I don't know how you are going to hold it. I don't know how you are going to have an election without reforming our electoral laws that bring the worst of Nigerians in positions of authority to become leaders. Are you going to create the type of electoral law that will open doors to everybody to access to becoming leaders without having to pay a penny in Nigeria? Because those who lead Nigeria are those who have stolen so much with the money to buy party nomination forms that cost arm and leg these days. Are we willing to make that law that we say, okay, it is open to everybody? Let the best emerge for the benefit of our country. Yes. Even the smallest, cheapest political party nomination form in 2023 for the what do you call it? Labour Party. It costs as much as 40 million naira. Why will I pay 40 million naira to buy a political party form before I can serve my country? Even with all that I am endowed with, I am capable. I can lead. I am not corrupt. I'm not morally bankrupt. Yes, I have love for Nigeria and I have love for the people of Nigeria. But when it comes to me going to join a political party and I want to aspire to be a senator, for instance, the cost of buying the farm, I cannot afford. And you call that a country? Have you thought about that? That is something that we must address so that we will have the best leading us? Do we have a political reform system that bars people who have committed crimes in the United States and run back to Nigeria to become governors, to become senators, to become everything? You know what I'm talking about. Do you think about that? Does the INEC have the power, the independence it needs to do private investigations into people who aspire to lead Nigeria, so bad people can be stopped preemptively? Are you talking about that? And you want to run another election on fraudulent rules and regulations? You people are joking. I am not for election. I don't support any political party, and I'm not going to support any political party. I'm not going to support any candidate in a hogwash election. Let us move, unite the people of Nigeria together, drive Bola Ahmed Tinubu out of office, and then we come back and redraw Nigeria. We come back and redesign the foundation of Nigeria to make it elastic enough to accommodate all of us and the variety that we represent, so that Nigerians can move in one direction, not the scattered direction we are going. I don't want to be in a Nigeria where I'm supposed to be a brother to an Hausa man, a brother to a Fulani man, a brother to a Yoruba man, but I cannot be that brother because there's one man called Saad whose mission, the only thing he knows for economic reason is to defend Islam, and then to create a double standard. Yes, we have a constitution. You are telling me about Sharia. I don't want to be that part of Nigeria. I don't want to be from that Nigeria. I don't want to pretend. We have pretended for far too long. We should end all these false pretenses and face Nigeria and redesign it for the benefit of all of us. So we can have a Nigeria, open Nigeria, that will have free, fair, equal, unlimited, and unconditional access to opportunity. Yes, for everybody to aspire to be whatever he wants to be according to his abilities and levels of competency in a non-threatening environment, unlike what we have right now. Yes, that is what I was signed for. And for us to get there, we must to pull down and destroy the Nigerian system first. That should be our most pressing ambition, to destroy the Nigerian system that makes it possible for criminals, rogues, terrorists, and bandits to be leaders in Nigeria. Have I made sense? And that way, we will not see the like of this idiot they call Sheyi Tinubu running around Nigeria as if he's the Sultan of Nigeria. Can you imagine the insult? Does Wale Soyinka see the insult? Femi Falana, why are you silent? You talk, you loquacious man. We don't hear anything anymore. Emeka Anyoko, you were Secretary General of the corrupt British Commonwealth system. We don't hear you and your Patriot group. Where are all the Obas? Where's the Oba or whatever the Oni of Ife? That young man, another corrupt man. We don't hear you because driven by tribalism. We don't hear them. Isn't Igbo? Where you say that Biafra, we suffered a lot before, but we are still suffering. We must not stop agitating until we set ourselves free. Hiding in the background because you've suffered before will not save you. Nigeria hates you. Yes, the way it is programmed, Nigeria hates Igbo. So you must come, join forces with the positive forces across Nigeria. So all of us can unite and wrestle down the system and break it down, so that we don't see criminals like Sheyi all over the place. That idiot. I can imagine me seeing Sheyi really, for real. That is how sad the Nigerian situation has become. Nigeria is now a banana republic. A banana republic. I'm talking about sprawling Nigeria. Yes. Where are the intellectuals? Where are the university professors? You see all these things and you say it's not your business, so now then let them carry go. Yes. Criminals are in the National Assembly. Those who did not go to school. They earn more money than professors, toiling, writing research papers, studying day and night, having classes with over 500 students in it. You toil day and night, and you earn 100,000 naira that cannot buy a bag of rice in a month. And you are quiet. You are supposed to be championing change in Nigeria. Yes, I'm talking to you. university professors in Nigeria. What are you doing? You are supposed to be the voice of change. You are supposed to be at the forefront of changing. When you have a PhD, you become immune. You speak the truth the way it is. But most of you are corrupt. Once they appoint you vice chancellors, what do? You do worse. You take a whole university budget and put it in your pocket. Yes. You form cults. Yes. So sad. Look at the university system in Nigeria. Look at our campuses. What are we doing there? Because we are corrupt. Corrupt. That's right. A son of a drug dealer, a certificate forger. Yes, and an identity thief is raging like a bull in Nigeria. Everybody, Victor Christopher Musa, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. So you mean you don't have common sense? You are supposed to be a soldier and not a politician. Your job is supposed to be that of defending our country's territorial integrity. You don't know your right. You don't know that you are a Nigerian with a right. Your right is being violated. And you roll out our tanks to violate the rights of Nigerians because of politics and because of the money they give to you. You have no business being near politicians. If anything, the Nigerian army is supposed to be issuing warning to politicians. Now you are a politician. I tell you, and I remind you, that there were many before you. In a matter of a few years, you'll be retired and be crying like others are crying. You may be riding high now, today, but I tell you, it's not going to be forever. Why are you part of this evil? Destroying Nigeria. Why do you make more political statements than those robbing Nigeria? General Christopher Musa, it's not late. Retrace your step. Seriously, go and think. Are you truly a Nigerian? Look at what Nigerians are suffering under this evil. You were in the army. Buhari unleashed terrorists and brought them and put them in the army. Give them command and control, command positions. You were there. You kept quiet because that is your survival skill. Now you are here where you are. Look at what you are doing with your colleagues. Our young men in uniform are being slaughtered every day because they are not well armed to fight anything in this cute fight against terrorism. You should be ashamed of yourself, man. All right, viewers, listeners from Nigeria, United States, across Africa and around the world. It's been such a great moment yet again to have this opportunity to talk to you. And I hope we benefited one or two things from this live stream. Thank you, my brother Savage. And I really appreciate you for all you do. And for your steadfastness and loyalty. I don't know how to commend you enough. And all those others who took part in this. Brothers and sisters who are viewing from Facebook, do us a favor. Share our message. Join Open Nigeria, the Open Nigeria movement, because that is the movement that I believe if we reach that critical level of putting our people together in high number, we'll be able to do whatever we want to do positively for the good of Nigeria. This is all I ask you. Share our message. If you have not joined, join us and be part of this historic movement. God bless you today and always. Bye for now.